Hello there and welcome back to another review. Here we go for like one of my all-time favourite classic Jackie Chan's, made all the way back in 1980, and that is The Young Master. I've got the deluxe edition here, released by 88 Films. Just one of my all-time favourite Jackie Chan movies. This was the first film that Jackie Chan actually made for Golden Harvest. As I say, the following on from like successes such as Fearless Hyena, Snake in the Eagle's Shadow, Drunken Master. This was his first film for Golden Harvest, and again directing here. It's just it's unbelievable to think this film is 1980 now. It's just incredible. This, as I say, first film for Golden Harvest and his second film as a director, following on from Fearless Hyena. A film that I believe was one of the first that I bought on VHS. I think it was definitely one of the early Jackie Chan's that I remember when I was getting into it. It was definitely one of the first ones I bought, along with Super Cop, I recall. I'd say you got to remember I was very young at the time. I think it was definitely Young Master was definitely one of the early ones that I picked up, only because I just loved the cover of it, and I loved, there was just something about it, because again, like I've said in previous reviews, at the time it was a gamble. There was no sort of internet to go on, so you had to just go on what looked good, what cover stood out for you. So Young Master was definitely one of the early ones that I picked up. I initially bought the 90-minute dub version, the cut version, but I still loved it. I still absolutely was just one of my favourites, and it still is to this day. I still love this film to pieces. I remember one night on Channel 4, because Channel 4 always used to show the original Cantonese language, so they'd show the Hong Kong cut of the film. The longer version with the Planet Suite, with the extended scenes. I mean, when they showed that, I fell in love with it all over again, because it was sort of around the same time when I bought it, and it was only about a few months later they put it on TV, or 4 or 5 months later I saw it on TV. I thought, film is totally different. It's got a totally different, like the soundtrack's different, the fight scenes are longer, some of the scenes are extended. And I do still enjoy both prints, but I think only because it was that 90-minute, the dub version, that I sort of grew up with. But I'm going to be sort of reviewing the Hong Kong cut here today. What sets this film apart is it is still Jackie Chan learning his trade, but taking into account this is like his second film as director. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. This is his second ever film as a director. Bearing in mind, up to this point, Jackie Chan had been sort of learning the trade, working with sort of, as we know, Lo Wei and Yuen Ping. Here, say, second time as director, and it's absolutely a genius piece of work. It's absolutely incredible. Lots of comedy, lots of fights. Yuen Bu, we get a classic villain, wide angle shots on fight sequences, it's an absolute showstopper. Interesting to note, when Jackie handed his initial cut over to the studio, it was actually over 3 hours in length. This is this is how much Jackie, how much footage was shot. I mean, wouldn't it be amazing to see like a 3-hour version of Young Master? I mean, that would be absolutely incredible. God, I mean, obviously there's probably sort of outtakes and whatever here and there, but yeah, 3-hour version of Young Master. God, what an epic kung fu movie that would be. Jackie had all control here. Do what he wanted, shoot what he wanted, take the time he needed. Whether Golden Harvest knew this initially is sort of, I'm not too sure, because I'm not sure if they were aware sort of what a perfectionist Jackie Chan was at this point, and how much, basically it's like, there's your money, take as long as you need, just give us a hit. I mean, that was sort of the understanding that him and Golden Harvest had sort of through much of the 80s, and I think it was only sort of like when Jackie Chan started to do films like Miracles and Operation Condor, where things were getting a bit not out of hand, but obviously like things going over budget, over schedule. I mean, some shots, taking over 50 takes in Young Master. I mean, this is how much of a perfectionist Jackie Chan was. So the film opens with Jackie's school preparing for like a line dance with their senior performer and big brother, played by Wei Pei, who you may remember from Five Venoms. He injures himself sort of deliberately, or doesn't really actually injure himself, forcing Chan to take his place. I mean, there's some great stuff, even just a lion dance. There's some great stuff in this opening sequence. Teammate flicking the prize legs into the dragon's mouth, or kicking it and landing sort of on the dragon's body, on the lion's body. There's some great stuff, even just in that opening lion dance sequence alone. It's really some good, inventive, really fun stuff. Even as a kid, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great way to start the film. So here during this dance, Jackie finds out his brother's actually participating for this other school, like this rival school. So he finds out during the middle of the dance that he was sort of paid to do it. Jackie even at one point actually saving him from falling, but he repays him by kicking his lion head to the floor, so the other school wins. We don't learn a lot about Jackie's character for the first 30 minutes, just that he has to cover for his brother a lot, that he's sort of Wei-pei that sort of calls all the shots and sort of can sneak in sort of prostitutes, and and he's always sort of looking out for him or covering him, even though he knows that he was unfaithful to the master and he's doing this favour for the rival school for money. Jackie Chan still covers for him, and that's all we sort of get to know about Jackie for the first 30 minutes. Just that he has to cover him, and he gets punished for messing up the dance as well. Master finds money in Tiger's belt, that's Wei-pei, throws him out after being ridiculed by the other school in public. The teacher really loses it with his students here, as he feels they can't defend themselves, stick up for themselves. It's a very dramatic scene which you wouldn't see in most kung fu movies, again with Jackie Chan just trying to get some acting across, some drama here. You may remember the master in this film, who you're probably most famous for being in Fist of Fury as well. But Jackie, there's even with Fearless Hone as well, there's an emotional scene with that, sort of when his grandfather dies. It's the same thing here. Jackie trying to get not just straight kung fu, not just straight comedy, just adding a bit of drama as well and a bit of emotion. Basically the master ridicules the students. He says, what's good at it? I got students going to other clans. You can't even defend yourself. Even slipping. There's a good thing where he says you can't even tie your belt properly, and there's even even this dramatic sequence, there's a little comedic moment where you see a camera behind all the students' back, and they're all sort of, while the master's sort of all giving them a massive telling off, they're all sort of adjusting their belts so they don't get in trouble as well. Jackie crying here. That's something not all heroes do. There's something that Jackie, burst into tears, thank you so much for looking after us. And Jackie really trying to get across, look, I can write a film, I can act in a film, I can do kung fu, I can do comedy, I can do emotion. Really trying to show his whole palette of what he can do. As I say, very early on in Jackie's career, he's just told to leave and bring Tiger back, because Tiger's, after the row with the master, he's just said, okay, you leave, but I want you to bring Tiger back. And it's here where the film sort of really begins. That build up, which goes on for about half an hour, it's around this mark that the film really starts, with Jackie Chan going out to bring Tiger back. And Jackie's character in this film, he is skilled. It's not like there's not even training sequences in this movie. It's very much Jackie already knows kung fu. You don't see him get better or learn a massive lesson in life or anything like that. He just, Jackie already can fight. We have some classic villains here in Hwang In-shik. Students Fong Hak-on and Lee Hoi-sang, all breaking him out of police escort. So Jackie leaves, goes to a rival school, and you have a great fight scene with a fan, which is really fabulous, really great fun stuff. Like I say, he can already fight in this film. No Sam Seed, Beggar So type situation. So the villains break out Hwang In-shik, and here we see some fantastic speed and aggression from Hwang In-shik, and his kicks and just absolutely incredible. Who you may remember most famously for being in one of the villains along with Bob Wall and Chuck Norris in Way of the Dragon. So just some great kicks there from him. The police report that someone with a white fan has done this. So Tiger also having a fan, they think this is Jackie Chan. I think Wei-pei's the one who actually helped the villains get Hwang In-shik free, but it's actually the police think it's Jackie Chan because of the fan. So so he gets mistaken for being the criminal basically. So they're going after the white fan. So one cop spots him and says to his friend, go and get others and I will follow him. I'm not sure how they found him again at this point. Then we have this sword fight with the cops in the temple. Really inventive stuff here, with Jackie just doing some nice flourishes with the knives and just with the swords, and just doing some really sort of kind of slapsticky stuff, which we come to all know is the Jackie Chan sort of style. Knowing they're losing, one of the cops goes to get the chief at his house. Yuen here, Yuen decides to go to help, and it's wonderful seeing Yuen and Jackie Chan on screen together, I mean, you know, Yuen are just absolutely incredible, and it's a real nice touch that Jackie Chan got Yuen to come in, because as I say, there's some great stuff here between the two. It's a shame Yuen is actually not in the film more, because it does say I can do, you know, just watch them two on screen together all the time. So Yuen goes to help, so somehow again track him down. So these cops like, you go after him, I'll go and find something. He's like, he goes, I need you to come and help us arrest this guy. Jackie Chan beats them all up at the temple, and then Yuen and the chief, they go, one of the policemen go off to find, and they just randomly manage to tail him. They find him. Great, I say, great seeing Yuen and Jackie Chan fight, and the idea of using like a bench as a main weapon was really amazing. Done well, again, if you're talking fighting with benches and things like that, done really well in spooky encounters of the spooky kind, Sammo Hung, some nice bench stuff in that. But Jackie Chan and Yuen really having some fun here with the fight scenes and just the choreography and how tight it is, and it's got that old school traditional kung fu vibe, but just done in the Jackie Chan way. Then Jackie Chan runs into the chief, like Yuen being like his children, who you may remember is the villain in Enter the Dragon, Mr. Han, played by Kien. So as I say, we all remember Mr. Han. It's all civilized, like Jackie not knowing he's insulting like Yuen's father all the time, and Yuen and Jackie Chan fight again with an amazing bit where Jackie hurls this bench with the bow staff. I mean, he throws it so it's spinning and it's flipping, and Yuen just rolls off the bench and it only just misses him. I mean, the accuracy to do that must have been insane, and I think there's some of the bloopers on this Blu-ray, you actually see them doing it 2 or 3 times, and Jackie's like landing it in the same spot every single time. I say he's at it, he flips it, and it's sort of, the bench spins and it just lands. I mean, like I say, the accuracy and skill to do that, absolutely impeccable, absolutely amazing. It just, I mean, the precision just off the scale. They capture Jackie, and Yuen at this point sort of disappears, and there's like a comedy scene with a quicksand. Jackie escapes and pushes the chief in. Then he goes to like a complete random house to sort of get clean, which just so happens to be the chief's house, even though Jackie Chan doesn't know that at this point. And so happens to get his house. I mean, we see Jackie Chan sort of showering, which obviously I think was done maybe for the female fans, just so they could sort of get a glimpse of Jackie's sort of body. I think there was sort of one for his female fans in the audience. So it's being a bit cheeky, and then it erupts into a fight with Jackie Chan. Kien comes back and he's like, I'm gonna, you know, what are you doing? And Jackie Chan picks up this pipe that is sort of his prized possession. He's sort of using it, spinning it, trying to, so sort of he can't hit him with the sword. Again, really fun, inventive stuff. And also at the time, Jackie Chan's in like the smallest pair of sandals you've ever seen. He's only got like this tight shorts on as well, so he's sort of going all over the furniture, and some nice flips and flourishes here from Jackie Chan. And then the daughter comes back and uses like a skirt to fight with him. So every single fight scene with this movie has had like a novel or a gimmick, you know, and that's what's so fun about Young Master. It's not just fight scene with one guy, fight scene with another guy. There's different things with every fight scene. Like straight away we have a lion dance, then we get a scene with a fan, then we get a scene with some swords, then we get a scene with a bench, then we get some scene fighting with a skirt, then we have like, you know, every fight scene there's just that little, that, you know, that it's not just a run, just straight fight scene. Every Jackie Chan is making sure that every fight scene is memorable. Every action set piece just has a little gimmick or something that just sets it apart from the other one. So Jackie Chan gets chained up, and Yuen is back here he comes back. Yuen comes back on the road with Jackie, trying to escape a few times. So it's a bit of fun here. Chief gets told bank is about to be robbed. Jackie goes to stop them disguised as an old man. I'm not sure at this point, if you watch it, I'm not sure if it's explained how Jackie Chan manages to get out of his handcuffs. I mean, I know he's continuously trying to escape from Yuen and Kien, but I don't know how he sort of escapes from out of his handcuffs, because suddenly he's just disguised as an old man in the market taking on Fong Hak-on and Li Ho-sang. I have no idea sort of how he broke out of his handcuffs. Maybe I missed something, but I've seen this film quite a lot, so maybe some of you out there can point it out for me. So I say he goes to, not sure how he got out of them, but as Yuen says, I won't untie him It's never even explained as well where he got the disguise from, where Jackie got the disguise from, but again, that's just me nitpicking. Fun scene here where he uses like this skirt, and he sort of like use the beam that people tie their horses to outwit Fong Ha-kon and Lee Ho-sang of sort of double cross Tiger. They've double crossed Wei Pei's character and locked him in the bank. So he's on, like, say, one of them beams that they tie horse to, and doing some nice flips on that, and he starts to show off, and then he ends up falling on his crutch and things like that. So it's just getting that, still having that comedy in there, just making it fun, just for the audience and the viewer. So next we see Tiger Wei Pei in cuffs, and Jackie says, look, if I bring Master Kien back, will you let Tiger go? So like he says, like, if I bring Wang and Sik in, will you let my brother go? And the end fight is just, when I first saw it in like I say, the Hong Kong version, I just absolutely was amazed. Doing lots of grapples and grabs and locks, and it really benefits from the wide angle lens that Jackie shoots it in. I couldn't believe it when I first saw it compared to the dub version, because I grew up, I first saw the dubbed 90-minute where the end fight is cut quite short, and when they put it on Channel 4 one night, and they used to put Kung Fu movies on, Hong Kong movies on quite late in the evening, usually on a Friday about 11, sometimes midnight. I remember watching that end fight for the first time thinking, this is off the chain, so good. Like the whole end fight, just the way it's shot and the way the camera pans around and some of the long takes, I mean, it's absolutely mind-blowingly good. As I say, the locks and the grapples that Wang Sik's doing on Jackie, I mean, it goes on for quite a while. I mean, like I say, it just totally different to where the dub version. I love they fight, for about 7 minutes, and I love how the guy assisting Jackie Chan, who worked for Master Kien, says, you get at one point they've been fighting again, like I say, about 7 or 8 minutes, and the guy who sort of realizes Master Kien's not going to give him any money says, well, that was just round one. And Jackie's like, how can that just be round one? Bearing in mind, like I say, the fight's gone on for a number of minutes at that point. It's just fun, or like when Jackie gets like, there's another great bit where after all this time, after being absolutely beaten, Jackie Chan gets one punch in. He gets one punch in, and it all slows down. And Jackie's like, I got him. Like, I can beat him, and like he's still getting beaten up. Jackie Chan gets absolutely, owned for like the first 5-6 minutes of this fight. He's getting, and the speed is just, it's just really, it's so exciting, such good stuff. And so he ends up drinking, as we know, he drinks water from like an opium pipe, I believe. We have like the Mars Planet Suite by Gustav Holst playing in the background, and it just works. It really does work with the music and what's happening on the scene. That war music playing, going crazy, doing loads of flips, showing off, and I just thought it was insane the first time I saw it. And basically, Tiger goes back to school, and then you see Jackie Chan all bandaged up. I think it's on the dub version, you get Jackie singing Kung Fu Fighting Man, the classic tune from Jackie, but here, as I say, they stick with the Planet Suite. But absolutely love Young Master. If you're new to the world of Jackie Chan or just Kung Fu movies, please go and check it out, because it's one of my favourites, and I think it's it is very much a classic Jackie Chan movie. It's one of his best. It just works, and watch both versions. Enjoy them both, because I say they are a bit different. You could say, the dub version's a bit more faster paced, but just bearing in mind that dubbed, the international port, it's just a little bit shorter, but both are great. Absolutely amazing Young Master, and this was followed by sort of a semi-sequel in Dragon Lord, which I've reviewed already. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the review, and I'll see you again soon.